Good evening, America. I just want to talk for a few minutes. I got a little something I want to get off my chest. It seems that in the last 3 years, our nation has had a group of people that seem to be throwing a little bit of a temper tantrum based on who our president is. They go to these rallies and they stir up all types of garbage. So I want to talk about that for a little bit. Now, I do understand that on the other side, on the right side, we got some far right people that act the same way too. So I am aiming this at them also. But the majority of it has been coming from the far left. So let me start off by saying, shame on the media. The very outlet that we rely on to keep us informed. Yet you are downplaying this, all this stuff going on, as a protest. No. A protest is a peaceful demonstration. This is a riot. They are rioting. They are acting violent. They are destroying property. They are burning things. They are attacking and assaulting the people that come out of these rallies because they believed and supported somebody that these people didn't agree with. In Minneapolis, there was an individual who was sucker punched 6 times. 6 times because he was wearing a MAGA hat. I'm not a violent person, but that dude had a little bit more self-control than I had because he took about 5 more punches than what I would have taken. A girl was slapped in her face as she was walking by because she had a Trump 2020 shirt on. They were throwing things at people's vehicles. They were attacking them. They were chasing them down. That is not a peaceful demonstration. That is a mob-like mentality, and that is assault. Now, a couple years ago, I saw this video. It went on Facebook, and I found it a few times and watched it a few times on YouTube, and there is a college professor with a medical PhD, and she was in this auditorium, and she was talking to this packed crowd of college-age students, the very ones that we're dealing with right now pretty much. And she was talking with them, and she was explaining to them the biological and chemical, or as we put it, hormonal differences between male and female. She provided them with facts. Medical, biological facts of the difference between male and female. If you would have told me 20 years ago this would have been an issue, I would not have believed it. This is absolutely ridiculous that we actually even have to be going through this. I even have to be adding this to my rant. It's ridiculous any of this is even a part of this. But many people got up out of that seminar and created disruption, flipping her off, yelling stuff. Out in the lobby, a camera guy caught up with this female. And she begins to tear into it and begins to call that woman a Nazi. A Nazi. Because she didn't agree with her. So she's a Nazi. This professor with a medical PhD at this Ivy League college, apparently, because she brings forth medical facts that men and women are different. She's a Nazi. Can you believe that? Oh man, I tell you what, there's absolutely no context in that. I can't even begin to bridge that gap on how she jumped from that to Nazi. It's insane. Oh, okay, they don't agree with us, so we're Nazis. Okay, fine, I don't agree with you. That makes you a unicorn. Or a bag of monkey feces. Come on. But since we're on this talk of Nazism, and let's go on ahead and get on fascism a little bit too. I'm going to touch on that first. There's a group now. We know about them. They're called Antifa. Antifa apparently stands for anti-fascism. So I did a little research. I read up several different definitions that describe fascism. I read up a little bit on fascism. So I'm going to summarize my findings a little bit. Fascism, from what I read, is described as a military, militia, or militant type group, extremely aggressive, and has no tolerance for people of a different opinion. It sounds like to me you are the fascist. I'm just saying, Antifa, if the shoe fits, that whole pot calling the kettle black, you might want to kind of look at yourselves in the mirror for a minute. Let's talk about the word Nazi. You call me a Nazi because I supported Trump. I don't have one bit of racism in me. I do not act violently towards any type of minority. I got many friends of different religions and different backgrounds and different races. But you want to call me a Nazi? Aren't you the ones that are in favor of socialism? Don't you realize that socialism created Nazism? That under the definition of Nazism, it compares it to socialist Germany. And goes on to talk about the impact socialism has on Nazism and how they worked hand in hand together. The political group, the political foundation of socialism created Nazism. You're the Nazis. Oh, that stings a little bit, doesn't it? Kind of like when I call y'all snowflakes. Remember, you're the first ones to call me a deplorable. Get over it. Now, on election day, I had the right to go in to that booth and vote for whoever I wanted to without feeling intimidated or threatened. And when 2020 comes around, I'm marking Trump again on that. And you're not going to make me feel intimidated by it. We want to talk about voting. You have the same right. You have the same right to vote for anybody you want without feeling intimidated or threatened. I didn't agree with Obama. I didn't vote for him in 2008 or 2012. I never threatened anybody. I never even said one cross thing to him. I didn't. Because it was their right. But I got a feeling that most of y'all out there, I just got this little feeling that a large portion of you probably didn't even vote. Am I right? Am I right? I'm right. So, if you're out there and you're rioting and you're attacking Trump supporters, but in 2016, if you were of legal age to vote and you didn't vote, then you have no opinion. And I will not discuss anything with you. Because if you don't go in that booth and back it up, then I don't have nothing to discuss with you in that manner. So you can put down your little picket signs, your little love Trump hate signs, and your little not my president signs. You can turn around, go back to your mother's basement, get a job, and make yourself a productive member of our society, because you're nothing more than a parasite. Oh, it's socialism, by the way. That's also kind of a parasite also, but that's a vlog for another time. Last that I want to say is I want to say shame on the politicians, on the Senate, and on the House. You all were people we elected to put in office. And while I believe that the people run this nation, we put you in it to make decisions that would be best for this nation, your best interest of this nation. But instead, all y'all are concerned about is trying, well, not all of y'all, but most of y'all are concerned about trying to pad your own pocket or try to push your own political agenda. And there's three sides. There's three groups, and I'm not talking political parties, because every party represented there is guilty of this very thing, or it's got somebody that's guilty of it. You got the ones who turn their head and believe that if we ignore this problem long enough, it will just blow over and go away. Then you got the ones who continually add fuel to the fire. And then we got a small group out there who's doing their best. They're actually trying to settle this division. They're trying to do what's best for this nation. And for them, thank you. I say God bless. Now, I'm not out to sit there and try to be mean about nothing. This is just how I see it. I got an opinion too. You all are sitting there voicing your opinions like that. I'm allowed to voice my opinion too. You may not like it. You can get over it. About this country. I am passionate. I believe that this country is the greatest on the planet. Maybe not by numbers and statistically, maybe not on paper. But anybody that has any type of patriotism or pride towards their country should feel that no matter what, their country is the best on the planet. We got some people that are guilty of this too. This applies to you also, not just the leftist. I want to say God bless President Donald Trump. God bless Vice President Mike Pence. God bless our troops. And God bless America. Good night.